Welcome back, and in this video we will be doing this model in Solidworks, and we'll also be looking at drawing. Now the difference between this one is that we're going to be doing a section. As you can see from the bottom right here, is we're going to create the model using Solidworks modeling, of course, and then we'll go ahead and do the drafting function, and then I will also show you how to make a simple section that is going through your model, right? So we're going to go ahead and jump over to Solidworks and get started. Okay, so here in Solidworks, we're going to start off by selecting the new icon here at the top. Then we'll select part, go to OK. This part should be set in millimeters, which by default, that's what mine is set to, but you can also select it here in the drop-down. We're going to start off by creating an extrusion. Now, the one thing I do love about Solidworks is that you do have an option with a thin feature, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. So I selected the right plane, and then I'll go ahead and draw just kind of a U shape. And like I said before, this is one of the things that I really like that this program have over Inventor or even AutoCAD for that. Let's go ahead and put some dimensions on this. I know that the distance that goes across here will be set to 90. And then we have a height here that we have set to 60. So we'll go ahead and make that, and we're going to go ahead and make the other one equal to each other. Oh, like I may have hit the escape button too soon there, but we'll go ahead and make these two lines equal to each other. So I'll select here, hold down the shift button, select the other line, and then it should come up in my list. We'll choose equal. I'll go find the center or the midpoint of this line, hold down the shift button. We'll find that origin. Let's go ahead and make those vertical. And then we need to go ahead and add a dimension. So depending on how you want to create this, the overall height of our shape is sitting at 90. So if I really wanted this truly in the middle, I can add a dimension from this point to here. And we can make this number half of that 90, which is going to be 45 in our case. Okay, so now everything is fully defined. I'll go ahead and exit out of here. Give it a second here. It should be switching us over to the extrude command, which it did. It automatically found that it's a thin feature. You can see, and if I rotate this around, you can see it offsetted this to the outside. Well, I want it to go to the inside, so I'm just going to select that button here. It does all of that stuff, and now I need to give it its distance going this direction. So I'm going to change this from a blind to midplane. I'll give it the overall length here. And in our case, this should be set to 60. Okay, so we should see that here. Update. There we go. And I think that's all I need for this part. We'll go ahead and put the fillets in that hole that's running through this here in a second. Let's go ahead and hit the OK button. Let's rotate to the bottom. Select the bottom face here. We'll go ahead and create a sketch on it, but I think I'm going to just start off with selecting it here and then tell it I want to put an extrusion on this. It will automatically switch me over to the sketch. Let's go ahead and put a circle here. This circle has a diameter of 60. So I'll go ahead and place that on here. And if I've done this correctly, it should be the exact same size or the width as my part here, which it is. Okay, that's all I need. Now I can put the other circle in there to represent a pipe, but remember that here in Solidworks we do have a thin feature kind of set up here. Okay, so right now it's saying that, hey, you have it set up to where you're going this direction, and I'll give it a distance of 30 going down. But we can also say, hey, I want to do a thin feature of this, and once again I'll rotate down. I'll send that to the inside. And this is going to be an offset of 10 because the thickness on the inside of my circle is 40. Remember that we have 10 on both sides, so 40 plus 20 is going to equal my 60. And there's the shape that I need. Let's go ahead and hit the OK button on this. Let's go ahead and put a couple of fillets here at the top. So we'll go to the fillet command. Our radius should be set to 30. So I'll go down here and change that to 30. Then I'll go ahead and select the lines here. So I'm just going to select these edges. And if I hit the check mark here, it should have all of those placed in, which it does. And then we're going to go ahead and add a hole going through the whole thing. So we'll use the hole wizard. And what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of select this thing just basically off of the face here. So I'll go to the position. I'm just kind of highlighting this face here. I want to go here. And let's see if I can find the center here. And I'm waiting on it to pop up the center. And if it doesn't, I'll just go ahead and put dimensions on this as well. And there's the center. So that's what I want to appear. Let's go ahead and click back over to type. It's just going to be a regular drill hole. It does have a diameter, and in this case, it's going to be set to 20. And it's just a regular hole. It's not a dowel or anything of that nature. So we're just going to use just a drill hole size going all the way through it. Looks like I actually changed my size again. Did I uncheck the custom size? Oh, no. Okay, so it's set to 20. We're going to send it through all. There's no chamfers or anything of that nature. And we don't have any precision or anything weird of that nature to call out. Let's go ahead and hit the check mark on here. And I think we should be done with all of the modeling on this one. So very simple model that we created here. Let's go ahead and put it in an isometric view. And then the next thing I have to do is go ahead and save it. So all I'll do is come up here to the top, hit the save icon. When the dialog box appears, I'm just going to name this one as example 3. As you can see, I do have an example 1 and an example 2 already in my box. So I'll go ahead and take care of that and name it example 3. And now we're ready to start taking a look at doing the drafting portion of it. So we're going to go back to the new icon here at the top. I'll go ahead and select drawing, hit OK. It should ask me what template that I'm going to use. And in our case, we will be using a B-size landscape one. So go ahead and hit the OK button. It should bring open the model that I have open, which is what I want. So I'll just simply double click on that example 3. I'll go ahead and place in my first view, and you can see it's relatively small, but we can adjust that. So I'll go ahead and select here, and then it's going to jump over to the projected view to go ahead and put in my other 3 views that I need. So I'll go ahead and create the top one here, the one that's here on the right side, and then we'll go ahead and place an isometric here at the top. Okay. So all of these views are relatively small and things of that nature, but we can go ahead and adjust that. Let's go ahead and hit the check here. Let's move this over. Remember that we can adjust the scale size. It's set to 1 to 2 right now, but if we come over here to sheet 1, do a right click on it, and then go to properties, we can adjust this down. Let's see what a 1 to 1 looks like. A little bit too big for my liking. I'll go back to this, go to the properties, and let's see, a 1 to 2 was too small. Let's call it a 1 to 1.5. Okay, that looks better for what I needed to do. Let's see if we have any kind of weird tangential lines on. So we can select the view, right click on it, and then we can go down to tangent edges and just go ahead and tell them to remove them. So it just kind of cleans up your drawing a little bit. This view actually here we're not going to use. We're going to go ahead and place a section through here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that view. Tell it yes. Let's kind of take a look at this view and figure out how we're going to create a section off of it. Okay, so I'll go to section view. First thing it's doing is asking me to line it up. Now I just have one simple one, so I can use this option here. You can see that it will find the center. Once I place that center, I'll check it here, and I'll come over here and I'll place my section. Okay, we can also flip the direction or change or do any of that other stuff. That's going to be kind of up to you or what you're trying to achieve here in your drawing. Let's go ahead and move this view up a little bit. And then we can go ahead and make this some kind of view on this one. Let's go ahead and change the appearance of it. We're just going to select it here. We're going to zoom into here and we're going to go ahead and put our center marks on here. And now that I'm thinking about it, go ahead and select your main view here again. I'm going to go ahead and make that with the hidden lines on it because we do want to show those. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the top. Let's put a center mark here on the bottom one. And then we're going to go ahead and put a couple of center lines here along the top. Put some center lines here as well. And this one does have some center lines as it looks like, but let's see. I'll go ahead and select this line here, and it's telling me that it's a cutting line. All right. So I'm just going to hide this, as well as this edge as well. Go ahead and put the center lines on here. Yeah, I actually went too far and selected the wrong piece there. So I'll select this line and this one. Okay, so that's all of the center marks and things of that nature I need. Now everything else is just, simple dimensioning. I can go ahead and set up the dimensioning properties here underneath the options. Once this dialog box appears, go ahead and go to Document, Properties. I'll go to Dimensions. And what I'll usually like to do is go ahead and remove those trailing zeros. You can also remove the leading zeros as well. That's what this box is telling me to. So I can leave them as standard, or I can remove them. I do like to remove those. And on our case, we don't have any leading zeros, so we don't have to worry about this box, but definitely the one that's at the bottom. Now let's go ahead and start putting some dimensions on here. So I'll start with my front view. And depending on how big or small these dimensions are, I may adjust the scale of my drawing again. So I'll use the smart dimension. Let's go ahead and select that line there. And we will go ahead and select this line here. And I actually don't like that center mark. Let's do one other thing before that. So let me escape out of here. I'll go ahead and delete this. And then I'll go ahead and put a center mark going right across it all. Yes, that's a lot better, at least in my opinion. So another thing I might want to do is change the way this section line. You can see that it's a full one running through it. I'll come back up to my options here. And remember, you have to pick on the document properties. Kind of giving it a second to load up here. And then we'll go down to, let's see, I got to remember where it's at, underneath the views section. And this is where I can control how my section lines look. So I'll select this one since I just want a gap in between it. Let's go ahead and hit the OK button. And now you can see that it is broken in between it. Let's go back to our center line here. And go ahead and place a center line going right through there. Okay. Now let's start putting our dimensions on. So I'll go with the smart dimensions. Let's go from here. And I should be able to get most of these on here in one shot, right? Let's go to this line here. It seems like it's not wanting to give me that center line here, and that's kind of what I'm trying to pick. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, come down to here. Let's go ahead and put a couple of more dimensions on here. I do have a radius dimension. And we have a diameter dimension that's going through. So I'll select this circle here. Let's go ahead and type it in over here at the bottom. some reason it looks like it didn't show, but I'll come back and I'll edit this dimension. Let's see if we can get it to go now. There we go. Okay, so it does appear now. And let's see, I think that's all the dimensions that I need to place on this one. We're going to go ahead and move the word section here in a little bit. So if I go from here to here, you can see that it automatically put the diameter symbol on it. It recognizes that it is a circle. Let's go from here to here. I'll go ahead and make these, and I'll clear this up and clean it up here in a second, but I just want to get the dimensions on here now. Let's do this top one here. So from here to here, we got that set to 60. Okay, and I'm just kind of looking over this and seeing how many more dimensions we have. It shouldn't be too many more, but you can see what I'm doing here is relatively simple, especially with a small drawing of this nature. And let's see, we do have one that's showing that this part is centered here along the bottom. Another thing I just noticed, we do have a hidden line that's going through here. That's really not going to be shown there, so we can go ahead and hide that as well. But let's go ahead and keep finishing with all of our dimensions. So we have a dimension going from here to here. That's set to 90. One dimension that's going between here. And this is going to be set to 70. And then we have a dimension here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and make sure that it stays in line with this one here. Let's set to 10. Okay, I'll go ahead and clean this up a little bit as I promised. We'll go ahead and move that section down here. We'll go ahead and move this up to the top. And then we'll pull this part here down to the bottom. Alright. I'll double click the middle mouse wheel to zoom the extents. I don't see anything else that I may have left off here. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video and kind of discovering a little bit more about SolidWorks, especially when it comes to creating a simple 2D drawing. We'll do some more complex drawings in the future, or maybe if you're looking at this, I don't know how many years from now, we probably should already have done them. But, you know, hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and hopefully I tried to make this as clear as possible, especially with a simple drawing. So thank you for watching. As always, thank you for subscribing to this channel, and thank you for continuing to be, you know, part of my dreams of helping you out, especially along your drafting journeys. As always, keep drafting, and thank you for watching.